A brilliant performance from him. He was describing the brilliant performances of the guys off the bench. I mean, you and I, you here in person, me sitting back in D.C., we've been down this road before. We've seen this. Sometimes you kind of know what's coming. I anticipated that the home team would respond as they did. What was your sense of what we got from them tonight?
Well, there was a level of urgency that they needed to show. One of the things that has been an Achilles heel for this Oklahoma City Thunder team that has been a top #1 seed after the regular season over the last 2 years is their ability to close. The closer they are down the line, you've got like a 3-6 record in 3-point games or less throughout this season, 1-4 in the postseason. So you had the mentality after watching the Indiana Pacers escape with Game 1. If they could somehow get it close, would Oklahoma City get tight, etc.? That didn't happen because Oklahoma City didn't allow it to happen because they exploded. Chet Holmgren came out of the block, 6 points in Game 1, 11 points in the first half in Game 2, 22% shooting in Game 1. 55% shooting in Game 2. He was definitely a factor. Pascal Siakam got rattled defensively because Oklahoma City was all over them. Tyrese Haliburton was a no-show for the first 40 minutes after winning Game 1. But then you look at Aaron Wiggins, you look at Alex Caruso combining for 9 threes, 9 of 16 from 3 off the bench for the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is what you raved about when you looked at them all season long. Defensively, they would be there collectively. Offensively, Shea Butter, the MVP, SGA, you know what he's going to do. But who is it that's going to step up and help him? Tonight it was their bench, and they reminded us of who they are.
The thing with Haliburton, and this has been the back and forth, right, that we see throughout the playoffs, is the brilliance in his capabilities late, which is rare, if not unprecedented in terms of late game shot making.
Yes,
but then there's also the ability for times to be less visible, less forceful than someone of his caliber, and that I suppose is why we kind of wait to anoint. Is that fair?
Well, yes, it is fair, especially when your own contemporaries throughout the league have voted you overrated. He didn't deserve that. He's not overrated.
No, he's not.
An incredibly talented player, and we should treasure what we've seen from him this postseason.
I agree.
5 for 5 on shots with 15 seconds or left in the postseason.
All time.
When the rest of the league this year in the postseason was a combined 4 of 26. That tells you who Tyrese Haliburton is and what he's capable of. The problem is those capabilities that you see to him in late game, clutch time, pressurized situation. You are asking yourself, where the hell is that earlier in the contest, particularly in losses where you're averaging about 11 points a game.
Right.
That's unacceptable for a guy his talent. Now, if you were not that talented and you couldn't close, then we wouldn't have those expectations. But when you've shown us you're worthy of those expectations, but then it doesn't show up in pivotal games like an NBA Finals game, that does give you cause to pause. It does make you look at them and say, what on earth is going on? We know how elite Oklahoma City's defense is. We know how they could make a matchup zone look like man-to-man. They could be all over you all game long. But you're a point guard, and you've got to be able to figure that out if you're truly one of the gifted ones. And I think he's just showing that he's got some growing to do. I think he'll show up in Indiana. I think he'll have a couple of good games in this series besides the one in Game 1. But the level of consistency that you're looking for from him to establish what people have been bloviating about him based off of what we've seen in late game situations is what he's lacking, the consistency.
Yeah, this team has been the best shot-making team throughout the playoffs.
Right.
They've shot at the highest level.
Yeah.
They did not tonight, made a bunch late, mostly didn't matter. A quick thought when they go home, I think we'll see the best of the Pacers when they go home, but I think we'll see the best of the Thunders too. I think Wednesday will be a hell of a night.
That's why I think you'll see a split. I think it wouldn't be surprising me at all if they came back 2-2. That crowd in Indiana is going to be ready. They're one of the best fans in America, one of the best arenas, fan bases in America. They will show up for their team, and the team will show up for them at least one game. Which game, whether it's Game 3 or 4, remains to be seen.
And so will we. Look forward to being there with you. First take in between. We'll see you for SportsCenter somewhere in between, and we'll be there in Indy. Right? You're trying to figure out where we are, right?
Yeah,
We'll
be there.
We will, and we'll get there safely. Be well.
Right.
Stephen A. Smith.
I'm on fire. It's NBA,